Yeah, please go ahead.
We have amazing IAM technical lead who will be sharing their experience with us, and also today's session conducted by him. It's a pleasure to introduce our first guest speaker, Mrs. Selva, Senior Security Engineer at working with the top MNC. Selva has achieved many accomplishments in their IAM field. So guys, please give me a massive round of applause to Mr. Selva. Thanks. So let's make a start, Selva.
Thank you, Magesh. Thank you, Ravi.
Thank you.
Thank
Uh,
you.
yeah, I hope everybody is doing good. And with that, good evening to everyone. So my name is Selva, as Magesh introduced. I'm currently working with one of the MNC company, and I have been 15 years of IT experience. With that, uh, I mean, 1 decade, I'm working with identity and access management within cybersecurity domain. So today I'm going to present, I mean, identity and access management. That topic, I have a small presentation for you guys. So wherever you feel, you are not getting, uh, I mean, you're not getting the things, or you're not able to, uh, pick it up. So you can stop me there, and yeah, I'm ready to, explain the concept. Let me share my screen. So Ravi, could you please provide me an, presenter access so that I can?
Yeah, you can now. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Share my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. And okay. So yeah. So Mahesh sir, Ravi, in case if my audio is, if I have any issues, just please stop me there. Any network issues. So
Sure.
just in case, if
Okay.
I'm not audible clearly, so please let me know. So cybersecurity. So this term is, in the market, it is very, the interesting, and one of the most wanted thing in every organization. So we need to secure our resources within within any organization. So in terms of applications, or in terms of when I say resources, in terms of servers or applications or users. So any resource within the organization, we have to securely access. So that is the reason, cybersecurity domain is nowadays and more important domain, which every company want to implement their, they wanted to access their resources in more secured way. So that today's topic is identity and access management. So IAM. So with this subdomain in cybersecurity, so I'm going to talk about what is cybersecurity, and just 1 or 2 slides, then moving into the identity and access management. So with the intro, so cybersecurity focuses on protecting the computer systems from unauthorized access, or being otherwise damaged or made inaccessible. So the, when we say cybersecurity, so we are protecting the resources in terms of computers, servers, and applications. So every organization having a number of softwares, using a number of softwares in terms of application, or in terms of system software. So everything we need to securely, we need to safeguard or protect them. So with that, cybersecurity is the major role it is playing with different tools and softwares which we are using in the industry in a current market trend, and we are protecting every resources within the organization. So it aims to reduce the risk of cyber attacks. So why do we need cyber security? We need to uh, protect our systems from the unauthorized unauthorized attacks or cyber attacks. So you might heard about the cyber attacks or cyber threats. So there are many incidents are happening in day-to-day life with respect to the cyber threats or cyber attacks. So with all of the threats, the cybersecurity domain is providing the security to the organization in terms of systems, in terms of servers, in terms of applications, and in terms of the identity like users. So every thing we are protecting, or everything securely people are accessing the systems. So that is the main part of the cyber security. So it aims to reduce the risk of cyber attacks and protect against the unauthorized exploitation of systems, networks, and technologies. So that is the core area which we wanted to protect. So that is the main aim of the cyber security. So we do have different cyber securities like application security, cloud security, data security, endpoint security, and critical infrastructure security, and Internet of Things security, mobile security, and network security. So we do have different types within the cyber security. Um, so with that, how we are protecting the users' applications. So that point, we are moving into the identity and access management. So cybersecurity is, if you look at the cybersecurity topic, it may be one single domain, but within that we do have a lot of subdomains. Uh, uh, there are a lot of subdomains in it. So one of the subdomain is identity and access management. Currently, for every organization, uh, we do have cybersecurity department. Within that, identity and access management is one of the major subdomain where we securely access the systems, applications, and also uh, we provide the authentication to the users. Here, if I say users means employees of the organization. So identity and access management is we call it as an IAM always. So IAM, security is an essential part of overall IT security that manages digital identities and user access to data, systems, and resources within an organization. In any organization, we want to protect the users, uh, systems, and resources. So here resources means, again, the servers or whatever in the IT company we use in the projects. So that all call it as an resources. So in identity and access management, the first thing is like, for example, I'm an employee of an organization. In that organization, I'm accessing different applications. For example, I'm accessing HR portal, I'm accessing payroll portal, I'm accessing the my timesheet, and a number of applications I'm accessing on day-to-day life. So how the users means, again, here an employees. So how the users are accessing their applications. So that is how organizations are controlling the access to that users. This is called identity and access management. Not only the user access, so we do have how we access the applications in terms of users. uh, like users means here employees, and one more step I'm going like not only employees, um, always we have the partners and customers with every organization. So all these people, uh, the organizations wants everybody should access their applications or their servers in a secured way. So how do we achieve that? So every organization is thinking that how they can achieve securely accessing their resources. So that is where this IAM role comes in. Like this IAM helps each organization to securely access their data, uh, then application, then the right people can access their data. Um, uh, by providing the right person can access their applications, uh, the authentication and authorization. So there are different terminologies or terms we have. Like IAM security includes the policies, programs and technologies that reduce identity related access risks within a business. For example, if I'm an employee of a company and I'm trying to access different applications every day, and I'm able to access those applications, if IAM is not there, identity and access management is not there, if I'm allowed to access any application within an organization, that is not the right thing to do, right? So if I'm part of global cybersecurity team and I should access only related to my applications, and across the organization whatever other applications I supposed to access, only for that I should have an access. So organization, how they can control that access thing is like, one is through IAM, identity and access management. First, uh, organizations need to find out who's the right user, who's the right user. So that is called identity. So how to identify the right user. So the first thing is like employee of an organization. So if I'm an employee of an organization, I'm trying to access HR portal, it should check my credentials like username and password, whether I'm part of this company or I'm trying to access from outside of the company. So all these things needs to be checked, authenticated and authorized to access that any application or any server. So that part is taken care by this identity and access management. We are using different tools for that, but when I'm starting here, so like um, I when I am saying IAM, so IAM provides facility to the organization. They can identify the right user to access the right data within the organization. So that is the primary goal of this IAM. Like the right people should access the right data, and if suppose if the person is not from our organization, he is an external person, external user, and he is trying to access the application, and he should supposed to get an access denied error, but still he wanted to break that part and he wanted to access our application, so that should not be allowed. So if we don't have this security mechanism in place, so we may end up with the security breach or security threat or cyber attacks. Anything can happen. So people are outside. They're trying to break the systems, our applications. They're trying to access the the more critical data within an organization. But that and all we are protecting them through this identity and access management. So one thing is the right people should access the right data. So that is one part of IAM, and the other thing is like we have the the policies and technologies to identify related access risks within the business, and also applications also should be accessed with the more secured way. Maybe in earlier stages of my career, when I have started 15 years back, so that time I still remember, like if I wanted to access any application, my organization, I used to have username and password for every application. If I'm accessing 5 applications or 10 applications in a day, I should supposed to remember the username and password. But nowadays the scenario is different. Like maybe everybody had gone through those kind of scenarios in earlier stages, but nowadays if I want to access multiple applications in my organization, maybe 10 applications or 20 or 30, so how many applications you wanted to access? This IAM provides a facility to access your applications using one set of credentials. That too, your network username and password. Having that username and password, you can access multiple applications. Uh, Having one single set of credentials, uh, username and password, you can access multiple applications without remembering your password. So that is the most important thing here. So that concept is called single sign-on within IAM. So this IAM provides such a facility where you don't need to remember any username of password to enter your to access your applications on day-to-day basis. So previously we have this kind of like bottleneck, like every day I should remember my username and password, or if I forgot my password, then either I need to reach out to help desk to reset my password, or I need to raise an incident to one of the team, and they should resolve my issue. So I need to wait for some time without working anything. But nowadays things are not like that. So we do have the option like IAM, where it provides facility to to access all of your applications having your Windows username and password, or only one set of credentials. So that is the
One
more
thing, Selva.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I hope you're not sharing anything, right? I mean, we can just see the main deck which says Cybersecurity IAM. I hope you're not scrolling to the next one or two decks, right? While you're
No,
talking.
I have moved to the next page, identity and access management.
Okay,
Be
we are
able
still
to
seeing your first
one
page
sec.
only.
Okay. No, I have moved it a couple of
Now we
slides.
can see it's moving.
Yeah, now it's moving.
Oh,
It
okay.
was actually stuck on the first one itself.
Okay. Okay. So I was going through this slide. This slide. Now you are seeing types of cybersecurity, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Okay. This was the slide I was talking about.
Okay, okay. Yeah, now it is visible.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
You can click on presenter mode below and then it'll go automatically. Right now it is not in the presenter mode, on the slideshow mode.
Which one, Ravi?
Yeah, you can click on slideshow. On the
Yeah.
top,
Yep.
you have slideshow, right?
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, click on from the current slide.
Okay.
Mm.
Now it is okay, right?
No, it's still not. I think it has, if you are sharing multiple screen, it has gone to the other screen because
Oh,
here we are still seeing the same deck.
okay. I think I have one sec. Let me reshare it.
Yeah, sure. Now it's fine.
Okay, yeah. Actually, I have selected this particular, slide. That's the reason that I was saying I didn't select the screen. Okay, cool. Yeah. So I was going through this slide. This one, types of cybersecurity, and IAM. Yeah. So identity and access management ensures that the right people identity can access the right resources at the right times for the right reasons. So that is called access management. And IAM process and technologies make it easier for organizations to manage identities and control user access at granular level. These systems also help organizations comply with rapidly changing regulations about how confidential information such as medical and financial records are stored and accessed. So these are all the advantages we do have when we have the IAM in place. So identity and access management for each organization. So the first thing is manage identities, and how we can control the users to access the applications within an organization. So the access management part. And benefits of IAM is like high friction registration and access, data breach threats, and meeting regulatory and compliance needs, modernizing legacy infrastructure. So for implementing IAM, we do have a lot of tools to for any organization. If they wanted to implement IAM within their organization, they need to have the uh, for example, SSO solution needs to be implemented, or two-factor authentication or multi-factor authentication solutions need to be implemented, and they supposed to have the directory service. So that is a data store basically, and they need to add the or provision the users whenever the new user is joining in the organization. They need to get their data, and that needs to be updated using the any data store. So that many tools are required to implement IAM. Okay, so the next slide, Ravi, I'm presenting now IAM service components. Is
Yes,
that
yeah, now
slide
it's
is
working
visible?
fine.
Okay, cool, thank you. So IAM service components are, the primary components are like authentication service. So for uh, anything, if I say identity and access management, the first thing is everybody, in organization, we talk about the applications. So we on day-to-day basis, there are n number of applications on each organizations. We are using it on regular basis. So once that application is developed, the cybersecurity part comes in. Like we need to implement the security for each application. So in that point, like if somebody says that uh, some developers are saying that I need to implement a security for my application. So what does that mean? So the first thing is uh, how securely the users can access that application. So that is the primary part. Like I developed an application, and my team has developed an application, and we are going to that application is we are going to deploy it in the production environment, and that is going live. uh, for example, next month we are releasing that project, and that is going on live. So with that, so they wanted to implement a security. So what does that mean? So for each application, if we are releasing that, so we are bringing that in a live environment. So that time, employees will be using that application. So if they are using it, we need to provide them access to them. With that part, so here, if in IAM, instead of providing access to the each user, so uh, those users grouped into one of the you know like we do have uh, data store. Like those users are already present in the data store. I mean, any directory service. For example, I can take Active Directory. Is the AD is the one of the data store which we use in identity and access management. So AD is the software, like it is a tool, and which we use it for the uh, user data. For example, internal employee, I mean internal users. We used to call it is an internal user. That means our own company, I mean own organization employees. So organization employees comes under this Active Directory data store. So every employee, when they're joining, so in this Active Directory, that data is been stored, and with all their information, like their first name, last name, and email ID, uh, then their project, their manager name. So everything has been stored in this data store. So once we have that information within this data store, when we want to access any application, that time the each development team of that application, so they wanted to implement uh, security to that application. They want to use their application more secured way. So in that part, this single sign-on is coming into the picture. where they need to implement single sign-on for their application to authenticate the users. See, in an organization, everybody cannot come and access that application. So for one application we are bringing into live, so we know that who are all the people going to use that application, so which are all the teams basically, and we will be having that data with us, like as a development team, one of the guy will be having that data. So these are all the users are going to access it. So so how this application they can access it in a secured way is like we implement the single sign-on for that application. For that, application developer also should be having that knowledge, like they wanted to implement the security to their application, and they'll reach out to the identity and access management, saying that they'll submit a uh, like a Jira request saying that we are launching our application, and that is going to live, and we would like to implement single sign-on for our application. So in that part, IAM team will uh, to start interacting with the application team. What is their application, the nature of the application, and who are all the users, and whether they need a single sign-on or they need a different authentication mechanism. So that is the primary part. Like who I am. Like if Selva is trying to access an application, before that the application team will implement the security to that application, saying that if someone is trying to access my application, uh, first we need to verify that person, who is he or she. So that is the part we are calling it as an authentication. For example, if somebody is coming to our home, if known person, if our friend is coming, we will invite him, and we will allow him our home inside, and we will talk to him because he's a known person. So we are he's we know he's our friend. That is why we are allowing. The same way in the application also, like uh, we need to do the authentication. Who's who's in that incoming user? Like somebody is accessing anywhere in the world. This is a global project. This is not specific to any location. So most of the applications will be accessed globally, or some part of regions. But whenever we implement the solution, that should be it's a global one. Like whoever is coming from which country, we don't know, but one user is trying to access that application. First thing is we are authenticating that user, whether he is the right user or not. If we have Active Directory and that user is coming as an internal user, then we take the username and password, and we validate that whether he's the he's using the right person to authenticate. Then this authentication service within that single sign-on will help to identify that user. So this is called identity. Like we are finding out that person, who's he, and whether he's a valid user or not. So that part is done using authentication service. uh, the next step is, yeah, he's now able to access that application. He redirected to the home page of that application. That is fine. Okay, so he's the right user. Okay, so the next step is authorization. Okay, he's the right person and he is able to access that application. But what level of authorization he has? Like I'm able to access that application, but inside that, what and all the the access I do have. So that we are limiting access through roles, what role he has. For example, Selva is a technical lead, so Selva will be having the lead level of access. If my boss is having the manager level of access, if my the skip level is manager is having, maybe director level of access. So architect is having his architect uh, level of access. So everybody is having different access based on their roles. So that is called role based access control. And we have role based access control and attribute based access control. So rollback is RBAC we used to call. So role based access control. So what I am in my organization, what is my role? So everybody is having a role within their organization. So based on that, if we define what you can access within that application, so that is called authorization. Role based access and authorization. So what are the you know features I can access it? So that is called authorization. For each and every application we define authentication, then authorization. So the two terms more important, I mean more frequently we use in terms of more frequently we use within the IAM project, like authentication and authorization. So authentication services we are achieving through either single sign-on. Uh, Obviously, every application, the security standards nowadays are recommending to implement every application to have the multi-factor authentication also. So for that, the first step will be single sign-on and two-factor authentication and multi-factor authentication. So this is like how every person or every user should access their applications in a more secured way. That's all. Okay. So outsiders should not access that application. That is the ultimate goal. Like nobody should not be able to break our application. If I'm working in uh, for example, Dell Technologies, and I'm an technical lead, and my applications, whatever within IAM we are using, are any application. So we don't want to any outsiders or outside of our organization or unknown persons or any cyber attackers or any hackers should not break our system, should not steal our data information. So that is the ultimate goal of this IAM service. So with that, how we are achieving is using single sign-on and using two-factor authentication, and one more step ahead, like multi-factor authentication. So when you implement multi-factor authentication for your applications, so this and all we are implementing for applications. I hope everybody understands. So the applications are primary, uh, uh, like everybody will be accessing in thousands of applications one company will be having on their for their business. So for that, in terms of lakhs and lakhs of users, maybe 1 million users will be having uh, accessing these applications. So for everything we need to protect. For that, we are having this authentication service within an IAM component. The other thing is authorization. Okay, so I'm authenticated. I'm doing the authentication, and that is fine. I identified the users. That is fine. He is the right user. Or if someone is outside organization, if he is trying, then it should give access denied error. That is fine. Once that is done, identified, then the next level is authorization. Like we need to identify the roles. Based on that, we should give an access to the particular application, like inside what and all they can access it, and based on the roles and rules and attributes and privileged access. For example, admin access is required for an application, and based on that, so this authorization service will help in that point of I mean that part of application access. The next thing is user management and services. So user management is like provisioning. uh, Provisioning means like you know to give the access to the users, and deprovisioning is like if somebody left from the project, or he's moving into the different projects, or he left from the company. So that is deprovisioning. We are removing the access. And self-service. So every time no need to like depend on any directory service team or IAM team. We do provide the facility like users can able to submit their access request, and sometimes through some of the access, the no need of any approval or low risk areas where we can provide self-service portal where the users can submit the request immediately, they can get an access. So those kind of things we are managing under user management services. Apart from that, we do have the delegation option. If somebody is want to delegate their access, so that also can be done using user management services. Excuse me. And next thing is like directory services. So with this directory services like identity store, so that is we used to call it as a data store, and directory federation, and metadata synchronization, and virtual directory. So directory services, under directory services, I can name few directory services tools or softwares which we are currently using, and also in the market, the more familiar tools like Active Directory and LDAP. LDAP is another data store. Active Directory is for Windows systems, and LDAP is for Linux systems. And Ping Directory is another data store, which extensively the organizations are using. Also, we do have like uh, virtual directory services, and some more directory services are data stores which we are using in industry. Uh, in the same way, so this data store primarily store the data of uh, employees, partners, and customers. So internal users and external users. Everybody can't be an internal user. So one set of users will be internal. Their count will be the more, and uh, every organization will be having partners and customers. So we call them as an external users. So we'll be having these user types like internal and external. We classify them and we store them in a different data store, and we use this data store for authenticating the users, and also giving an authorization to those users based on their roles. So those things will be achieved using these tools: Active Directory, LDAP, Ping Directory, these things. The same way, authentication services for single sign-on, multi-factor authentication, and session and token management. So these things are achieved using through, for example, Ping Federate is the single sign-on tool from Ping Identity vendor, and and also we have Okta, ForgeRock. Now that also is part of Ping Identity, and Microsoft Entra ID. So that is Azure Active Directory cloud solution. And with Ping itself, Ping One is the cloud solution of single sign-on. So we do use these tools for implementing this IAM, the authentication services, authorization services, and directory services. To for these IAM service components, we use different softwares or tools. We can call them as a tools. So to achieve that, so we use all these software tools, and also there are in real time we do use multiple tools like log analysis tools and monitoring tools in the live project. So there are different tools used to achieve to securely access our applications and systems and resources. So I have talked I was talking about only the application. The other way, like servers and every systems, I mean laptops or systems, everything needs to be securely accessed throughout. the projects or throughout the organization. So for entire organization, we always need to access the other resources also, not only the applications, the servers also, and uh, like our laptops also. So for that also, like uh, for user accounts, we do have the policy to to rotate our passwords every 90 days. Even if we feel that that is also not secured, then maybe 30 days once also we can we need to change our password. And that is a periodical activity whenever the organization feels that there should be some attacks or something. They're feeling that if someone is trying to access it, then that that you know uh, based on that they will take an action, like okay, they'll send the uh, 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 email to everybody saying that you need to rotate your password, or 90 days period. So 90 days the common thing, but based on that criticality of their business, so they ask an employees to rotate their password. Not only for employees password, and also we do have a lot of service accounts, sorry, uh, service accounts and server, whenever we are accessing the common passwords we'll be having. So those accounts passwords also um, needs to be changed or rotated. Those activities also will be taken care under the identity and access management. Also the vulnerability part is another major thing which we do, like we do the patching, we do the whatever softwares or whatever small softwares, like we used to patch them, or we used to update the versions. So those things and all comes under identity and access management. So let me move on to the next slide. If anyone is having any questions, feel free to ask me. Do you have any questions? Any question, question you can ask me. No need to worry about whether you are beginner or you already come across these topics. I'm not worried about that. Just you can raise any question. Feel free to ask me. Okay, all right. If no questions, can I mean move on to the next one? Okay, again the same thing. I have put a few pictures like representing the IAM. So again the same thing, like authentication, authorization, credential management is that is a password management, username and password management, that is called credential management, and the user account provisioning, user identity stores, that is called data store, and program governance, operations, reporting and auditing, identity governance. So these are all part of IAM. And again, the benefits of IAM solution is like improved security, effective task segregation, data confidentiality, user satisfaction, enhanced performance, and right technology decision making. So for example, user satisfaction, like when I want to access different application, if I don't have single sign on, not even couple of usernames and passwords also, I mean I don't remember the passwords, because personally also I'm having a lot of email ID password, or my uh, any accounts password or pin numbers. So that will be internet banking username and password. Username can be, we can write it somewhere or keep it ready, but password, how securely you can keep that. So that is another thing. So I don't even remember the multiple passwords of the different applications. So just I'll click on one application URL, and that redirects me, and it will land on my home page of that application wherever I need to access something. For example, even Ping Federate also, I'll just click use test environment, dev environment, production environment. I'll just click on it. if it is asking MFA, that would be great. Like only if single sign-on that is authenticated and one more level of authentication is required, and I'm getting passcode on my phone, so that will be easier for me to as an user, so easier for me to access any application. If not, if I need to remember every password, that will be really difficult, and I'll forget that, and it will impact my work. If 2 hours, if I'm not working, if I'm not able to access Ping Federate console for 2 hours, so that will be lost for the organization, right? So that will be lost for organization. My productivity is not there, and 2 hours I'm sitting idle without having the access to that application. Like me, everybody in the organization, they're trying to access their application and they're not able to do. They're having a problem with their password, they didn't remember, or they wanted to reset. So these kind of issues, due to that, the employees of the organization, the productivity will impact, and they can't deliver what they wanted to deliver. So this IAM solution provides such a facility to the users, end users, to access their application seamlessly. No need to enter anything. No need to remember your credentials. You may think like only one application I can remember my password. That is true for one application, but think about multiple applications, and some of the application you are accessing occasionally, maybe 2 weeks once or monthly once or twice. You wanted to implement something, um, at some production change. That time you are not able to access your application, and to whom you will wait, and how do you support those kind of in a challenging time. So those things, definitely it gives me an user satisfaction, saying that, hey Selva, you no need to worry about for this access part. So that is where this IAM solution, providing the facility or the feature, the easier way to access the application. See, my job will be easy, and I can do my job with more effectively, instead of finding difficulty to access that application itself. So previous case was that one only. When I started my career, maybe by that time we don't have these solutions, and maybe we always dependent on help desk to get that the password, or uh, uh, password, or anything. We have to wait for that. So what is the question wanted to ask here? When it comes to authorization type, role based permissions, device permissions, location permission can be used as examples of authorization types. Yeah, that we can take it as an authorization types. Thanks, Ritesh. And yeah, so identity and access management tools are, as I said, Ping Federate, Microsoft Entra ID, Okta, ForgeRock, even SiteMinder, SailPoint. So these are all SSO tools or MFA tools using in identity and access management. Then the Active Directory, uh, LDAP or Ping Directory, data stores, even multi-factor authentication for Ping ID or Microsoft Authenticator. And so there are different tools and reporting tools, monitoring tools. So many tools used within identity and access management. Okay, I could see some more questions. Let's see.
Hi Selva, this is Pankaj.
Hey
Uh,
Pankaj.
yeah, I have one query. You mentioned about the different IAM tools. You mentioned about the directory services, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
and Microsoft Entra ID is the major player in identity, right? Identity management. So it all,
yes,
as far as I know, it also provides SSO and IGA, right? MFA capabilities, recertification capabilities, right? So,
yes,
right?
yeah.
Why organization will go for any third party tool like Okta or Ping or like for PAM like CyberArk? Why organization choose separate products for managing this component? Why don't they use Microsoft Entra, because it has all the capabilities, right?
Yeah, yes, Pankaj. So your question is good question. Like, yeah. So why organizations use Ping Federate, Okta? These products or these software tools or SSO tools are on-premises solutions. So organizations feel that their environment can support for these tools currently. Uh, maybe like uh, maybe now Microsoft Entra is having all these features, but before that the organizations they started using IAM solutions where they have already implemented ping federate. Now if they wanted to move on to the cloud solution, they wanted to get out of from ping fed to Microsoft Entra ID, that will take time. And also they will not decide it in one day, right? So it will take time to decide good and bad of that any software product, and their management need to support for them. And see, we have a number of options there. So some of the organizations are liking their like in, in terms of more security or in terms of the service the company is providing. For example, ping federate, more um, a number of companies using ping federate for their SSO solution, and even MFA solution. And even ping itself, ping one is the cloud solution, but still organizations are using ping federate because that is an on-premises solution. But still they haven't taken decision to move into cloud solution. But definitely they'll move into that solution, but not now. But when they take a decision like, okay, they wanted to move everything into the cloud, they're having a problem or they're facing a issues with the on-premises solution, unable to handle the infrastructure. So when they're having those difficulties, so that time they'll automatically move into the cloud solution. And cloud also, as you said, Entra ID is providing identity and access management, also privileged identity user management. We don't need to have the separate data store for example, ADR, anything. We don't need to have inside Azure Active Directory is there in the cloud version Entra ID. So yeah, some of the companies are moving towards it, and some of them still are running with the on-premises, and they're thinking that whether they wanted to go with Ping One or Entra ID or any other solution. That is what I feel, Pankaj.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks
hi
for
Silva. Yeah,
thanks.
so
Yeah, thank you.
yeah, hi Silva. So basically, the resources who are currently working in Ping Federate, right? And they are
Mm-hmm,
really
mm-hmm,
good at Ping Federate.
mm-hmm.
So now, like, is it good time to start learning and going towards Ping One? Because, like, what is the timeline? Maybe, what do you think about like when gradually, maybe in 5, 10 years, so everyone will move towards Ping One, or so? I just want your
Yeah,
thoughts on this. Yeah.
yeah. So organizations already started moving in towards the cloud solution. So that is Ping One. So as you said, Ping Federate is the one of the major tool every organization using, and they're feeling that that is a very good tool in the market, and they're gradually moving into Ping One as well. So if you know the Ping Federate and Ping One will be, for you, it will be easier to learn, and you no need to wait for some time to learn that. Learning is always good. So start immediately to learn Ping One as well. So that will be good for I think in a career wise. And also I don't think the companies will take longer time to switch on to Ping One, but as an IAM engineer, we should have the
Yeah, yeah.
skill sets, both cloud and on premises. That is where the migration projects and implementation projects, a lot of in-depth skill is required to work in the IAM projects, right? So Ping One is I think uh, we need to learn, and it is required more in the market. That's what I feel.
Okay. And if the organization move towards Ping One, right? So they'll take care
Yeah.
of everything, implementation, support, upgradation,
Yes.
and all these activities.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
from company's perspective, it is good for them. Like they don't have to take care of those hiccups. So
Yeah.
production is
Infra.
going down,
Yeah.
infrastructure and
Infra.
all.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you
So
so much.
so
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
so highly skilled people are required to. Even though if infra is not there in the cloud version, so the other work is there, right? Like we need to migrate it from ping fed to ping one, all the applications, and there are so many bottlenecks in that, and applications, all the applications, whatever we already using the ping fed, it should support for ping one as well, and we need to talk to them and migrate everything, and all the issues needs to be fixed, right? So for that, we should be in the position to handle that. So for that, we required ping one knowledge.
Yeah, got it.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Silva. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hello, Silva. Abhishek this side.
Hey,
So,
Abhishek.
yeah. So, basically, I'm into the IM from last 2 years. Okay, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like switching the technology and currently learning the SailPoint IIQ. But
Mm-hmm.
my question is like from many people I have heard that the SailPoint IIQ is not the best solution just because of the higher cost side. Okay, and it will be
Mm-hmm.
get shut down very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to know the clear picture between SailPoint IIQ and SailPoint IDN.
Sale point IAQ and sale point.
SailPoint IDN, the cloud technology.
Okay. Okay. So I didn't heard about anything, shutdown of sale point, but see, learn the concepts of the IAM within the sale point. Also, we are using the different concepts, approaches like SAML, OAuth, OIDC. So those kind of identity and access management things. If any product, I don't think that sale point is not having that much great skill. I don't agree with that. But if you learn one solution, you can easily adapt into the another solution like Ping or Microsoft Entra ID or Okta, any solution. So concentrate on that. And cloud solution always I recommend to learn about it, because future is that one cloud for everyone will move to the cloud, right? So it will take time, but gradually the organizations are moving towards that solution, right? So yeah, you can learn that also.
Okay. Thank you so much, Silva. Yeah.
Yep. Thank you. Good
Mm-mm-mm.
that after maybe so many days I'm giving a IAM session. Internally I'll take for my organization, and I go for the recruitment as well, but these technical sessions remotely with the external resources. So it's good to see that people have joined and they're having the queries. I'm happy to clear your queries.
Yeah, thank you so much, Silva. Even we are so happy to see you here, and you're contributing in these sessions. And like I had one more question.
Yeah,
Basically,
yeah, yeah.
so as we had discussion, right, that from Ping Federate to Ping One, gradually
Mm-hmm,
the companies are moving. Okay,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and the implementation, all things will be taken care by Ping itself. Correct.
Yeah, yeah.
So from company's perspective, right? See,
Mm-hmm,
I own a company. So
mm-hmm.
right now I have L1, L2, L3, L4 guys. Okay,
Okay, okay.
so usually L3 and L2 people are working towards implementation, all these things, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So that will be taken care by Ping. So
No,
now the
implementation in the sense, which implementation you're talking about, like
maybe
uh
infrastructure level of things, application
mhm.
onboarding, those things will be taken care by L2 and
Yeah,
these guys.
yeah, yeah.
So the possibilities are less than for L3 or L4 guy for in any kind of support project, maybe, right? Gradually the opportunities are going down for them.
No, the
And if I'm wrong, please point me.
infra
Mhm.
part, uh, we do not have. But when you look at it, the Ping One solution, the cloud version, we are onboarding the applications, and again there is an automation there, and like uh, there are different opportunities like DevOps opportunities. Like we need to onboard the applications instead of manually onboarding. We can use the pipeline uh, DevOps model to implement any
Mm.
single sign-on, and
Okay.
there you find the new opportunity like implementing MFA, and those kind of different issues coming up with that.
Okay. Fine.
So
And that will be
even
taken care by company,
not
and not Ping.
not not see, it depends on what kind of agreement with the ping
Okay.
identity
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. Correct.
our company, right? Not with everything they can do. So
Mm-hmm.
they will cost you more even. So
Yeah, that
with
is.
with respect to
Mm-hmm.
ping identity, so those things are there, right? So it depends on the organization, what whether they're having the right resources to do everything, or they are dependent on ping identity or any other vendor. So it depends on that. But what I am seeing is like, yes, there are some part ping identity will take over our infrastructure part. Whatever we are currently doing, ping federate servers maintaining and all those things will not be there.
Mm.
But instead of that, the new opportunities will be there, and we need to identify what are the things actually the company need, and to whom they are dependent on. And if we are
Mm.
a skilled person, and companies will ready to give it to us, right? So if I'm working on one project, and it will take time, it will not happen in a single day, but it will take time.
Mm.
And if
Mm.
they feel that the right people are there, they can take care of it, then definitely the project can come in.
Okay. Yeah, got it.
Okay,
Thank you.
cool, cool, welcome.
Selva, I had a question. Like
Yeah, yeah.
in market, like there are tools like SailPoint as well as like Savient.
Yep.
So when I see the market SailPoint is more in demand than Savient, but few organizations are moving to say Savient rather than SailPoint. So
Mhm.
like, may I know what is the difference between these tools and why market is going like equally going on each of these tool side? So
Yeah, it's again, it's different products are there, and the companies are deciding that which product they wanted to use. That's all. We do have so many options, right? When we want to buy something mobile, so we do have different options. So the same way, companies are doing that, and I don't find any specific reason with these products in terms of features or security. Uh, those will be the reasons, but. Uh, um, yeah, only these things I could fail it now for SailPoint and Savient.
okay, sir.
What
Thanks.
I recommend is should not limit for only one tool, one specific tool. In IAM, we do have different tools, so explore at least two or more tools, so that in that time, as a careers perspective, we should be good. And also for knowledge, also the skill level, like we can differentiate with two tools, and what is the future, what is the best thing which we do have on this tool and another tool, and that will help us in the career level and to implement something on any our project.
Okay, so along with the ping faded, what do you suggest? What technology one should pick?
See, ping products, I always suggest,
All across all
ping
the ping products.
across
Okay.
all ping products, ping
Okay.
federate, ping access,
Da
ping directory,
Vinci, yeah, yeah.
and ping one. See, that takes time.
Mm-hmm.
There are challenges, but still, if you want to, best in the in cybersecurity, and you want to become an architect, so learn, complete these things, so that if any organization using these all these tools, and you are the first person to get into that, because organizations are using extensively, right? So if one person is having this skill set with instead of having only one skill set, if somebody is having all this, data store also, and cloud version also, and on premises, so all this mixed skill set will help the organization to find out that kind of a resource, and definitely that will be needed, right? Also for any migration projects or anything can come in, and people are required.
Correct, correct,
Yeah,
correct.
yeah, yeah. That is what
So,
I feel. Yeah, yeah.
I did a small research,
Mm-hmm,
and I
mm-hmm,
found out that there is less resources of PingFed in the market compared to Okta, and Okta is bit easier than like SailPoint and Ping or any other product. That's what I
mm-hmm,
thought, and it is booming in India because and it is Okta is a bit booming in India, I guess. When
mm-hmm.
I saw
Okay.
the charts of Google Trends and all, I see the Okta is more in India, and there are many resources of Okta. So, is it good approach? One should instead of going to Okta, go to Ping because people are less. It's bit quite difficult, no, not difficult, obviously, but yeah, it's compared to Okta. So is it good
Mhm.
approach to suggest someone?
Yeah, I would recommend the ping. It is
Hmm.
not difficult if we'll see when I started, I felt that ping is difficult, but after an year, so I felt that okay, yeah, so this cool. We have to, we have to put our effort and to learn the things, and this is easy. So like that, feel has come. So whenever we are starting, whenever I heard cyber security, identity and access management, I couldn't recognize what is this. Then I know I just learned it, and I started working on it, and there is no other way to go out from this. Then I felt this is easy. So compare it. I was in Java initially. I
Oh.
actually I moved to cybersecurity because of my Java skills. They wanted to develop some adapters, so they pulled me in from there. I started then. I never went back to Java. I don't want to that. So
we
that
have kind of similar story in my project. There is one guy, he was Java
okay,
resource, and he only
okay,
knew ping means ping on Teams. Okay,
okay, okay.
and now he's excelling things.
Yeah, and also see, Okta is open source and Ping is licensed version, and
Hmm.
maybe that may be the reason. Many people have learned that, and see, if single person wanted to, install Ping Fed and maybe trial versions, they can do, but not into the complete version. They cannot practice it. But Okta were that open source and freeware, so people can use that. So that may be the another reason.
Yep.
But I also feel Okta also good tool to implement IAM. So but Ping is the recommended one.
Okay, got
People
it.
will be having different opinion, but my opinion I'm telling.
Yeah. Thank you again. That
Okay.
was it from my side. Maybe
Selva, I had
someone.
one more question.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so Selva, like, I had one question. Let's consider like 3 years of work experience, and like he has just 3 years. So, like, if he gets another opportunity, like which he should be choosing. Like, one first option is like he gets one tool to work on in depth, and other person
Mhm,
gets whole IAM framework that he can work on. Like, there are 4 5 tools inside one organization. Like, which one
mhm.
will be a better choice to go with one tool in depth or like 3 4 tools, but not in a depth. So,
Yeah, if he is in starting of his career, he can.
which
Yeah, your voice is breaking. Uh, am I audible, right?
Yeah, you're
Hello.
completely audible.
Yes,
I think
sir.
he's
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
he's having
Yeah,
internet
yeah,
issues. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay. So what I heard is like there are one person is getting opportunity to work on only one tool, and the other person is having multiple tools in IAM. So I recommend like if person is starting his career 1 or 2 years, then good to learn one tool. If he is having more experience, 5 years, 6 years in the IAM, and he should select the other where there are multiple tools where he can, and also the person capability, like he should have interest, first thing, to learn. He's open to learn to multiple tools, and he wanted to move on with his career. So in that part, choose the multiple tools. And if he's having difficulty finding difficulty to learn multiple tools at that point of time, then choose only one. Then from gradually you can move on to the after 1 or 2 years, or you know down the line you can pick it up the other tools as well. No harm in that.
sure. Thanks, Alva. Thanks for your inputs.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Welcome. Any other questions? How was the session? Is it useful, or I completely,
No,
diverted from
it
other
was
topic?
no. Yeah, it was good,
Yeah.
and yeah, we all got overview idea of identity access management.
Okay.
Definitely, it was helpful for all of us.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that was my agenda. Like, I wanted to, eye opener for this session. Like, whoever is attending, so they should learn about what is IAM, and
Sure, sure.
it should be eye opener session for
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
guys. It should be
And we would
helpful.
love to. Yeah, we would love to have you onwards if you want to give sessions on specific topic, or please inform Ravi or our team. We'll
Yeah,
be
yeah.
definitely needing
I'll
you in
yeah,
future.
I'll talk to Ravi, and
Mhm.
yeah, we'll come up with, based on our conversation, we'll see. So what is the possibility?
One
Yep.
question, like what is the contextual authentication here in this slide?
What is this one?
Yeah,
Contextual.
contextual authentication. Yes, yes.
See, authentication here with the different users, like internal user, external user, customers, I mean partners, and we do have different users, right? So in that part, we have mentioning like contextual users here. That is the reason I put this, the slide. Like contextual authentication in the sense the different users, uh, maybe some of them having only single sign-on, like uh, if we have the solution MFA solution, the multi-factor authentication, so that and all evaluate the right users, and also not one level of authentication, more than one level of authentication comes under into the contextual authentication. The example is multi-factor authentication.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hi,
Thanks a lot.
Silvam. Just one last question from my end. Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
no problem.
pitching. As I heard and learned from you that you are in the field of ping and you have an experience, so just wanted to guidance from your end to the beginner or who just recently joined a project for ping.
Mhm.
So could you please give us a guidance so that how can we reach and understand the technology and terms, where to start and how to excel? Because when I heard and when I learning things, I feel like ping means seeing the overall tools. It's
Mhm.
difficult for a beginner to learn, right? When I checked few troubleshooting, it requires Linux platform also, wherein we need to log in and we need to check where the connectivities goes, if we need and troubleshooting for L3 support for an application.
Yeah.
So if you can
Yeah.
give us the guidance for a beginner as well as the one who recently joined the project, that is good for us to
Yeah.
learn.
Yeah. Sure. Sure. Yeah. I got it. Your question. Like for beginner, so the first thing is you need to learn about the Ping Federate console, like where we have the authentication, authorization, and the SAML onboarding and OAuth OIDC connection. So those things he should learn, like how even he's not getting the opportunity to do that. Also, if he's having an access to the Ping Federate console, he should learn about how the onboarding things are done. Onboarding things are done, like how we are onboarding one application. The second part is how that SSO works, like using SAML tracer and developer tools. Using these two tools, how the SSO flow works from the service provider to identity provider, then identity provider to service provider, how that each transaction is happening. So that thing, if you find out that SSO flow, if you concentrate on that using SAML tracer, it will provide you that where where is that issue is happening. First thing, you are clear with the one application onboarding, that is good. You are good with the onboarding part. The second thing is where you find the trouble is like how you need to find out the single sign-on issues or troubleshooting part. So that part will become difficult. So in that case, you have to go through the transactions, SSO transactions, where it is failing, where it is having the difficulty, and what is the exact issue. So to find out that, we need to have the developer tools in the place. In the developer tools, you can find out each transaction and where exactly it is failing. What what kind of error is that? Is that failing at SSO side, or is that failing the application side? We need to, we need to provide the clarification to the application team where exactly it is failing, and we need to provide the justification. So the troubleshooting part, um, the someone who is starting newly, so he need to go through that steps like SAML tracer, and SAML tracer, it will give some extension like the transaction part, and even more, if you wanted to exactly, you need to find out the issue, then developer tools will help. The mostly
Thank you
you
so
need
much.
to
Yeah,
find out the SSO. Yeah, you need to find out the SSO flow.
sure, we will do that.
The,
Thank you so much for your time.
yeah, SAML and OAuth OIDC configuration, those connections are only more important. You have to learn that first.
Sure, sure. Thanks. Thank you so much.
Okay, okay, Tejas. Thank you. Welcome.
Yeah, I think we all of us have asked questions, and I hope no one is left out. So
Yeah.
you wanna say anything, Silva, or we can hand over the call to Ravi.
Yeah, I'm happy to give that session, and uh, the session
Yeah,
was
definitely we will be
more
needing you
yeah, more
in future.
interactive, and you guys come up with the questions. So I also learned few things like from your questions. I got to know that you guys are very much interested on these sessions.
Yeah,
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 glad that.
yeah.
And
Thank you so
during
much.
that
So we
too,
have
during weekend.
Sure. We'll be needing you onwards. Please inform us,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah, sure,
I
sure,
see
sure,
someone,
sure.
Deepika, raised hand. Please go ahead.
Yeah, Deepika, or you can type in. You're not able to speak.
I think you're speaking on mute. Oh, sorry, we cannot hear you, Deepika.
Yeah, she's not on mute, but we cannot hear her. You can type your question. Okay, she's typing in. Let's wait.
Yeah, we need to say thanks to Ravi. Actually,
Yeah,
he's
over to
the
Ravi.
organizer. Yeah. So I'm just a presenter.
So this is what I mean, I think I have actually dreamt of from almost like 5, 6 years, and I think Selva, you would have also uh, been
Yeah,
connecting with this
definitely.
because when we were learning and then trying to push ourselves, I mean,
Yeah.
apart from the ping and
Yeah.
few things available, there was nothing as such, right?
Yes.
And then later on, trading companies um, came in, right? And then, but then again, the community wise, because if you have a community, you get like the latest things and then you share knowledge. It's very immediate. So
Yes.
every time you cannot go to a trainer and ask a question after
Yeah.
you're done, right?
Yeah.
So this is what I have been actually looking for, and now as I see people um, kind of getting I mean engaging more through various sessions that we are doing, that is kind of thing that is pushing us as a community now. Because if you see Noman, Surbi, who has arranged this, Mahesh, who's the coordinator for this, so we have around 15, 16 more coordinators working on various domains and then arranging sessions. Tomorrow also we have. So I see this growing, and yeah, let's keep this momentum going, everyone. And I want everyone to thank everyone for joining in, as Selva mentioned, on a weekend. And tomorrow also we are expecting good amount of audience. So keep learning, keep pushing yourself. I have done my job to put up a platform together. It's definitely everyone's responsibility to make use of it. So yeah, and again, thank you very much, Selva. This was a
Eh,
really informative session for everyone, and it was really engaging.
Yeah, definitely, Ravi. Yeah, it is actually, as you said, we did not have these kind of platforms when we started the career in cybersecurity. So we learned ourselves, and there are so many struggle initially, and but the platform is, the good. Like it opened an the bright thing in my career, like in cybersecurity. It is really good opportunity for me when I uh, moving from Java projects to cybersecurity. It's really, you know, some people told you are in already in Java, why you are moving to there, and some people told, hey, that is a good opportunity, the different domain. And I decided myself, okay, let's see what is there. So I moved from there, and it's a great opportunity for me. And one of my manager, pulled me in, and uh, now I'm in very good in the position in the technical part of the IAM and cybersecurity. So I always encourage people to learn things and put effort, time. That definitely will help you on your career. So skill set is always we need, and we need to work on it. And there are a lot of opportunities also I could see. And I'm a mentor for like many people. I usually go to the colleges for technical sessions uh, from my beginning of my career. I started my career as a trainer, Java trainer, then moved into IT. So all that helped me to provide such sessions. And yeah, thanks Ravi for this platform for everyone. For goodness, like all I'm in technical people, so it's a really good for everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you very
Selva.
much.
Before dropping off, there is one little announcement for everyone. So basically, we have one LinkedIn page where we'll be updating regarding our events, podcast sessions. So please make sure to follow our LinkedIn page. I have pasted the link in the chat. So make sure you follow our page to get more updates, and we never know we'll be coming in your city for an event. So yeah, please do follow it. Link is in the chat. Thank you so much. Yeah, over to you, Ravi.
No, thank you very much. I mean, I just wanted to thank you, everyone. Every weekend, yes, we have continuous session. Even I think only on 16th when we have the event, we may not do a session, but we will do events every weekend, and it'll be on different platforms. It'll be few events on PAM, few events on access management, your IGA fresher session. This was a part of the fresher session that Surbi is leading the initiative. And likewise, we have other leads also leading all the initiatives. So please do join, share this with your friends. This is definitely going to be one of the most thriving learning platform for identity folks globally. So let's use this and make sure you guys are growing and then kind of improving the quality of engineers across globally. So thank you very much. I look forward to again hosting these type of sessions with experts from the industry.
Hello.
Yeah, Deepika.
Yeah. Hi, Ravi. Hi, Silva.
Hey,
Uh,
Deepika.
yeah. I'm a newbie who's trying to learn about IAM in the recent time, and
Mhm.
the session was very insightful, and it gave me new ideas and ways to learn IAM.
Thank
Uh,
you.
Yeah, and I just have a small doubt from the slide you showed. There were different types of authentication methods, like SSO, I'm aware of it. Even
Hmm.
MFA is also, like, I know what is MFA, but there's
Okay.
something called session and token management.
Yep.
Can I know what is that?
Yeah. So we do have OAuth and OADC protocol which we are using for the authentication. So that is also part of single sign-on and even we do have the different authentication mechanism. So we do use for token based authentication. So that is what I have mentioned here.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
using
Thank
OADC protocol and authorization servers.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, Deepika, you're welcome. Okay, I think that's it, Ravi.
Okay then, thank you. Good night, everyone. And the recordings will be available on YouTube maybe in the next 2 days. So I will put it out on the YouTube and we'll be sharing it on the LinkedIn group as well as on the WhatsApp group. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.